Yeah, this game uses in-game time, so the RTA timer is kind of useless. So I don't know like if adding extra split helps or not anyways. I think I'll leave it for now. Not add another. We can just go straight back to runs. Wow, none of that stuff wanted to interact. Why does it keep... What? I think I need a new mouse. I think what's happening is I think my mouse is inputting right mouse button clicks while I'm left, like, clicking with the left button. I think it's clicking both slightly. Because right button is to back out, so I think that's what's happening, because it keeps doing that with stuff where I go to pick it up and then I'll, like, just back out instead. I need to look into that. That seems really annoying. I mean, it has been really annoying, but if that's what is causing it, that's also very annoying, but at least I know what's causing it. Nope. Definitely haven't spilt anything on it. I think it's just... I don't know, this mouse isn't that old. It is a Razer mouse, though. I got it as part of a deal, and I've heard Razer mice aren't very good anymore. So... be surprised if that is. It's just something with the trigger or whatever failing. I've only heard issues with like new Razer mice, and usually what I've heard is issues with the mouse wheel. That's what I've heard mostly about Razer mice issues. Where like, if you scroll one way, it will be inputting to scroll the other way sometimes, like it'll do them both. And they'll freak out. Input both. That's like the one complaint I heard, but I mean, maybe if there's issues with some of the mice, maybe it transfers into other issues as well. I was having that with a different, like, a just generic brand mouse, and so I was like, oh, do you have a Razer? There's been a lot of issues with Razer mice, and I'm like, no, it's off-brand. It's like, oh, okay. And then I got a Razer mouse after that, because that one was dying. I ordered the Razer mouse, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you might have the same problem." I was like, "Damn it, I haven't though for that." Uh, There's a way to tell and get that first try. I am not good at it. Why did I go to... What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Come on. Still here a decade later, speedrunning games. Never stops. That'd be cool. I really appreciate people who make a lot of speedrun content, especially for like lesser known stuff. Like, I really like oh, what's his name? He does all the speedrun history videos. Summoning Salt, but he also mostly does like really mainstream games. My favorite videos of his are when he's done like the really like games you wouldn't really like know or think of, like instead of Mario and Mega Man, he's like, here's a Wii Sports speedrun video, or here's Lego Star Wars. Those are my favorite. They're always so interesting, because it's like, being in the community, I've heard about all these other games through osmosis for so long, but finding out these ones, I'm like, oh wait, there's the community for that? Wait, the community's huge, and they're doing like 2 controllers per 1 player, like, runs and stuff? Wait, that's wild and stuff, like... Oh, nice. Which one of the videos were they on? And I might have seen the most recent. I don't remember. I haven't checked if there's anyone in a bit. I love the names of some of the videos though too, like the quest to beat Jimmy Poopins, like. Oh yeah, okay, the Halo 2 one. Zoo, okay, yeah. Yeah, the Halo speedruns I've always, like, kind of known. I was friends with, or in, like, a lot of the same communities as Sabu Suka, who did a bunch of, wait, he's back out, a bunch of, Halo running stuff back in the day. So I've definitely watched Halo runs for quite a few years, but not, like, too closely, but, like, enough that's like, oh, yeah. I can recognize some of the history stuff. No, that's not the room I wanted to go into. I was so distracted trying to... 9, 8, 4, 3. 9, 8, 4, 3. Focus on that. I went in the wrong room twice. I'm gonna lose time, like, for sure. No way around it. Well, I saved time, apparently. 81081. 81081, that's easy to remember. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know Bubbles personally, but I've seen Bubbles around forever too. Like that guy's been speedrunning since the real early days. That's definitely a name I remember seeing over the years. Speedrunning is really interesting. The people you meet and like personalities and stuff. That's one of my favorite parts about it. Like the community. Which I've definitely felt like has been lost a bit over the years. And like it's partly on my own fault too. Like I'm like, ah yeah, lost community, and here I am playing Signalis. I've not joined the Discord. I've not tried to talk to other runners at all. So like I'm entirely to blame for that, but it's just over the years it's like I don't know, it doesn't feel like if you join a Discord of other runners and want to talk to them and hang out and be their friends, it doesn't feel like that's what they want. They're just there for like big records and stuff, it often feels like, so I don't even try it. Like I'll go if I need to ask about like a tech thing, but it definitely doesn't feel like people are receptive to like being part of a community and friends anymore. There's some exceptions. A lot of the Silent Hill like older runners are still around, so the Silent Hill community still has like sort of a welcoming atmosphere. Not as much as it did, because you get the issues where they're all bigger and there's people who are definitely trying to like try and be like, be my friend because I want to get popular too kind of thing going on, which I think hurts for a lot of larger runners. I think I get by because I've been around forever, so a bunch of them know me, and I'm still like sub 400 followers because I just run whenever. I don't try to get big, so they're like, yeah, you're cool. We'll talk to you because like you're clearly not trying to just get big off of us. Is 8-1. That code is awful. I can never remember the layout. But like it definitely feels like that with like newer communities and stuff, which is kind of why I don't join as many. I've tried chatting with some of the newer like Silent Hill speedrunners, and there's some I've met who have been great, and I think are really cool people. Like Schmumbler in Homecoming has been really nice and cool, and was a really cool person to join the community and stuff, and I'll stop by like his stream and chat with him and stuff. I think I got that fast enough. Yes. No, I didn't want to back out. It's fine. It's on a timer, so it's fine. Yeah, there's that too. I disagree with a lot of like moderation choices these days. I think a lot of mods are heavy-handed, and I get there's like more cheating these days, but I think some of the moderation stuff is really not great ideas, but I'm like an outsider, so it's like I don't want to go in and start fights, but also I think the rules are really stupid. Like I think the default Resident Evil 2 runs requiring you to use a third party to, sorry. I have to remember that for a second. Requiring you to use a third-party program to cap your FPS, and that's like the main category. I think that's stupid as fuck. Like, at least use the category where it's like the built-in frame rate cap works, so people don't have to install third-party programs to run your game. I should have equipped this first. Makes sense as the spot to do it. I'll just tank that hit, it's fine. Wait, you've been banned in Resident Evil? Ooh. I don't know. It's funny coming from the Silent Hill community, because for the longest time we always would shit on the Resident Evil runners because of the way they had their boards laid out. Because they used IL run leaderboards so they could separate every console. Even though there was like a variable for consoles you could search by. It was a mess. I don't know if I still have the screenshots of that, but yeah. It's like I disagree with some of the choices in moderation for this specific category, which is why I've not joined, because it's like, okay, this boss coming up, there's a quick kill using a flare where you run into her, and on the same frame, you hit her, you can use the flare and it one-shots her, but it's like, that does not sound intended. This is a glitchless category. What? Definitely doesn't seem like an intended strategy. Especially when it's like, if it was consistent, maybe, but it's like not. I guess I just hope I don't take a hit and die here. I have to initiate a hit, so. Right, so you run into her there, and that's where, like, oh. Wait, that didn't... What you mean that didn't kill her? This has happened twice now. Is it the distance? Am I too far away? Because this happened last run too, and why I lost so much time. Because that should just be one... Okay. I have to assume it's something about how far away I am from her because it's a shotgun. But yeah, like, that's my opinion. You know, if the community decided on it, I'm not part of the community, at least right now. But I've also kind of decided I don't want to be a part of that community because I'm going to fight with them. I know I'm going to fight with them. Like, I'm doing that because I don't want to fight with them and cause problems for the mods and cause problems. Like I'm doing it out of, like, I guess, concern for oh, yeah, they let you use a third-party program to change if that's stupid. I hate it. Yeah. If you're using a third-party program, you're not running the game anymore. Like, I don't mind there being, like, miscellaneous categories that allow that stuff, but, like, I don't think it should be allowed in any of the main categories. And, like, some of... And it depends on the intent. Like, is it just to get a time save, or is it to make the run, like, more accessible? Like, there's a glitch in Alice Madness Returns, where you can get an extra jump by releasing and repressing the jump button on the same frame at the end of your last jump. And it's like a super tight window. It's super hard to do. It made it really inaccessible for a while, but if you're using a keyboard and a controller, what am I doing? And you press, you're like holding the jump on one and then you press on the other, it takes one frame for it to register, swapping the input from one device to the other. You can do it really consistently, and it makes it more accessible for runners to do. So it's like, that I think should be allowed. You're also not using a third-party program, you just have a second peripheral plugged in, which is, you know, not uncommon for a lot of people to have. But it's similar to the using two controllers, two-player. In, what's it called? In, like, Lego Star Wars. At least to me, but that's, like, my opinion. So it's like, that is something where it's, like, maybe not intentional and you're using something extra outside the game, but they are multiple things that you're able to have in the game at the same time. I feel like it's more okay than using like a third-party program that you're like, alright, bind this to this, set the frame rate to this. I'm literally going to run a program that will let me like achieve an intended result by like making the game act in a way it wouldn't normally. That's like, or like the other thing would be like turbo controllers. If a game has a ton of super long text mashes, like I used to be against this. It depends. If half of the time save in the game is how fast you can mash, it's kind of hard to justify a turbo controller. But if the game has like a lot of gameplay and then long periods of needing to like just mash through text, I think turbo controllers should be okay because it just helps everyone's hands. Like, alright, I need to get this down to 142. Awkward spot for that one to be. Okay, though. But yeah, like generally, it depends on the community and the type of game. I think everything's a case-by-case basis. I just don't agree with the case in this, and I don't know what the argument would have been. like I said, I think it depends on the run, because if there's like a super skilled like game that requires a ton of skill, but then has like 20 minutes of mashing in it as well, and someone can't mash well enough because of like hand issues or something, I feel like they shouldn't be punished for that. Right. Like, the best player in the world, if they cannot mash fast, should not be punished because they can't mash fast in a game if there's like a ton of other skill involved and they're clearly the best. But games where it's like mashing is one of the biggest time saves and biggest parts of the game, like say Life is Strange for example. Wow, that worked. At least the first one. The first Life is Strange because you can't skip dialogue, which they did add in the later ones, at least in New Game Plus. Like, one of the biggest time saves is just being able to mash fast enough on the options. And you generally know where they are in the dialogue, so you can, like, you don't have to mash until you hear it coming up and then start mashing. It's not just like a straight mash. Like, I ran, another code on the DS with like DS emulator, and the fastest way to mash through text in that game is to both mash the button and tap the screen with the stylus as fast as possible, because you can get faster inputs, so you have a higher rate of dropping inputs. That game, you cannot compete versus emulators because they can click 2 buttons faster than you are able to click like a button and tap a screen. So like that game where mashing is a lot of the time save, it's kind of a problem. But also, it destroys your hands. The easiest way for me to mash as fast as possible because of my dominant hand, I had to play the game upside down so I could tap the screen with like my dominant hand. Which is like really janky. This run's at least going better than the last run. Yeah, spacebar is like... Some games I have to mash, I do just do the spacebar and you just alternate your 2 fingers. Although you can also, like, Cave Story, you could get extra shots out without having to reload or something by hitting both the keys. So you'd bind Z and X or something, and you would hit them both, alternating as fast as possible, and you'd get, like, double the shots out in the same time. That was, like, a thing people can do. But, you can't really do... I don't see that as, like, any different from using a turbo controller, kind of. That was like you bound shoot to both of them or something? I don't remember. It's been a while. It's been a long time since I've looked at anything cave story related. As I said, it's very like case by case. I don't. This is just timed. I want to swim. Enjoy the water. I'll like quickly check Twitter. As one does in the middle of a speedrun. Alright, we're back. Woo. Back from our socials break. Yeah, so I don't have a bot in the channel for it. My Twitter is SAMBOTS. Or SaySamBots. Oh, I hit the pole. That min me juke though. Let's get to that 142 now. Nice. Okay. Well, does it buy you enough time to shoot? I wonder if knocking it down actually delays how long until she shoots. Like, it's like as soon as it stops. You got up? No. Who knows? Warning, my Twitter is mostly anime pictures. That's more so than anything else. And the occasional complaint about getting old in my limbs. That's... That's fair. Oh, I forgot to turn off my light. Lose some time having to run around to not get hit by that. Instead of just running straight through. This is fair. There's never enough cute anime girls in the world. It's a good thing VTubers exist now. Bringing that number up. No, why are the rings always in a different spot in my inventory? Like, I swear, every run they're in a different spot. It doesn't make sense. I picked them up in the same order. And then I almost screw up, or do screw up, the menuing on that puzzle every time because of it. You know, it just hit me. You're blocking the whole way. I'll just take the hit. I don't follow many VTubers anymore. During the lockdown, when I was working from home, I would just put VTubers on like my laptop while working on my main desktop. And that would be like, my whole day would just, Wait, how did I dodge all the wires there? What? Yeah, I don't know how I didn't get hit by wires there. I don't know. I swear, sometimes you just like go through wires without taking the hit, and I don't know why. I don't know what lets you do that. It's sick, but awesome. Yeah, I don't watch as many VTubers anymore. It was mostly because I worked like a really early morning office job, and no one was streaming. And then when I started my new job, I stopped watching VTubers and started watching friend streams again, because at the time I then was staying like up later at night and not up as early in the morning. So the times I could watch streams changed. And suddenly I could like watch a bunch of people I hadn't been able to in a while again, which was nice. That's probably what got me back into speedrunning more again, is getting to watch like speedrun friends and stuff again. Also made it a lot easier to stream myself, because I wasn't suffering from a soulless office job anymore. Wait, no, I didn't want to look at more dialogue. Oh. Oh yeah, that's fair. I'm sure the military is going to be taking up a lot of time, I'm sure. I knew one or two other people who did like content creation while being in the military, and it was like super sporadic. It was really hard for them to do anything consistently. Because when they had time off, it was like just trying to juggle it with everything. Hi, Crisis. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the good luck. Oh, and thank you for the follow. Actually, you are the 400th follow. That's pretty cool, actually. We're at 400. So thank you very much for that. It only took 10 years. Let's go. Woo. I mean, that's my own fault. I've streamed across like 2 different Twitch channels. I streamed on Hitbox for a while. I just sabotaged myself. I'll take like month-long breaks sometimes. Although I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to not take like multi-month breaks anymore. I'm trying to consistently stream once or twice every week. That's my goal right now. Most of that was when I was working the office job because I was very depressed. And we don't work there anymore, so. The only problem is now I work in retail, so sometimes my shifts get really wonky if a bunch of people are sick or out, so it can be a bit harder to schedule, like, consistent streams, but I'm trying to, like, just when I have time, get a stream in. Because it's a hobby I had missed doing when I ended up on those super long hiatuses. Like, I need the flashlight. The 5 years or so I was there. I'm supposed to equip the flashlight there too. Whatever. I remember what I'm doing. I need to preface this. This was at when I was working my old job that made it harder to stream. Please don't unfollow because you think I'm not going to stream at all. Okay. Equipped it. We're good. Should have actually gone the other way in the inventory though. I'm going to do my best not to disappear for 6 months again. Also, I apologize ahead of time for if I go through another League of Legends phase and stream a bunch of League of Legends. Wow, that enemy really blocked me that whole way. You've changed. Every time I see that, I think of the Bo Burnham comedy special. It's like, you've changed, bruh. I don't know you. I've never met you, but you've changed. And it's like, every time I see that line, that's what I think of Adler. It's like, Adler doesn't fucking know us. That's cool. Is it like a raffle to see who does a thing? I saw there was some kind of event where it's like you could submit runs and then they'd make other runners have to learn them and like compete in that or something. Oh yeah, the speedomizer, yes. Okay. As I'm describing, I'm like, no, that I think it's the same. I think I know what you're talking about, yes. No, that seems really cool. I was thinking about being mean and submitting Silent Hill Homecoming as a game people would have to learn and run. Because that is, people might be faster just doing it glitchless than trying to learn and do the glitches. Actually, the glitches are a lot more consistent than they used to be, so maybe that's not bad, but... Oh, 3 months? That's actually a ton of time. If I'd known it was 3 months, I probably would have signed up myself. That sounds like a lot of fun. Are sign ups still open? I'll have to look into this. I love learning new games. It's like half of what I do is just learning a new game, running it for a few weeks, and learning another new game. Although I really like Signalis, I think I'm going to be running this quite a bit in the future. Nope, not that one. Let's use that one. Oh yeah, I love this game. This game has one of the coolest soundtracks I've heard in a while. It is so clearly inspired by like old, like Silent Hill and Akira Yamaoka stuff at some points, but then you get these other tracks that are just like inspired by like other horror games and just these really beautiful haunting ones, like not the industrial sound. Like these industrial sounds I'd say are very Silent Hill inspired, but then you get the stuff like in a bunch of the cutscenes that's very like, oh, the tonal difference between them is incredible. You're still accepting. Okay, I will have to look into that because that does sound really fun. Okay, we're good. Sounds good. I'm not on the right number. Trying to... Oh. Yeah, sorry, I turned whispers off because I was getting a lot of spam. I'll have to turn that back on. I was getting a lot of like weird like spam, like try my game scam messages, so I turned all that off for a while. I'm quite worried. I don't want to die here. Okay. Just gonna do this as a safety precaution. Fine. This time it lets me use the photograph. I still don't know why it didn't let me use it last time, and I had to like go out. Ooh, Tormented Souls is one of the games I want to learn to speedrun too. That's on my list. That game is cool. I watched some friends play a bunch of it. 524. I almost hit 542. That would be bad. But yeah, no, this game's really cool and really fun. There's like a lot of the lore in it is, there's a lot. It deals with a lot of like weird metaphysical concept stuff, very like inspired by like uh other survival horrors, but also classic horror stuff like cosmic horror, King in Yellow, um, stuff like that. I mean, these I always forget to do, and I just have to remember these are like opposite of like. If I want the blue out, I click this side. If I want this out, click this side. I don't want it to say like, okay, well I did it the wrong way. Anyways, yeah, like that's literally the King in Yellow we just picked up. I had to answer a question really fast. I didn't need that, but that's fine. Alright, on to the boss. Oh yeah, I'll follow you back on Twitter once I'm done this run. That sounds like a good plan. I think we used to follow each other, but this is a new Twitter, so I did remake one back in like 2018. Yeah. Okay, well we got... I'm very stuck in taking a ton of damage. It's okay. I'm still stuck on random stuff, and I did not need that ammo. Throw your spears. Don't do this attack. Throw your spears. Is that the spear throw? No. Okay, there we go. You want her to go down first, because then she doesn't immediately pick them up, and you can pick them up. I want the ammo here so I don't run out. Oh my, she's in the wall. I can't. Let me get to the last spear. No, she picked it up. Damn it. I have to reload. This fight is not going great. It's not going terrible, but... Throw the spear. I need to kill them for her to throw the spear? Okay, no, she threw it. Cool. Okay. That fight wasn't great, but we made it work. Should be a pretty decent PB. Good being the keyword. It's really hard to read chat and play that fight. There's so much going on visually. It is harsh on the eyes, I gotta say. Alright. EG. 49, 33, 85. Cool, nice. We got a sub 50. Hey, sub 50. It only took 4 runs. Let me get to Twitter real fast still. Hey, I don't see that you followed me on here. Did I give the right account? Say SAMBOTS. SAM bots. I do not see you. Wait, did you follow the old SaySam Twitter? Is there an old SaySam Twitter? There shouldn't be. Let me check Discord. Don't see anything here either.